the beginning came the beasts, but nature lies. They're robots in disguise. Beast Wars. Heroic new Maximals battle the evil reptile and insect forces of the Predacons. Evil Waspinator changes from insect to high-tech and puts the sting on Cheetor. But there's more to Cheetor than meets the eye. Under the skin lurks a robot within, with hidden weapons firing. All new Beast Wars, each sold separately.
Welcome to Remember 64, where this week we're Transformers, we're Beasts, we're Transmetals, I'm not really sure anymore. We'll try to figure it out. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Hi, if you're a returning listener or viewer, and welcome if this is your first time joining us. This will be an adventure in this episode, I think. Here on Remember 64, we play and discuss the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between on the Nintendo 64's library. My name is David Petrangelo, and I'm a robot in disguise, but also an animal, but also a robotic animal. I'm not actually sure that really makes any sense anymore. Jiggylookback, hello, how are you?
I'm great. What's your like beast? What would you be if you could transform into a beast?
It's the beast inside me, really, is what it is. I would say.
Is
you
the
know,
beast,
no.
Does the beast inside you have an animal spirit? Like,
I don't know. That's it. You know, I'm gonna think about it.
Okay, then there's a follow-up question to that.
Okay. Okay. Should I ask you? Like, should I return fire here? Like, I feel like I should ask you.
I'll answer when you answer.
Okay. All right. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay. Look at the tease. Look at
We'll
that's
wait for
professional right there. Jake from Press B to Cancel is joining us this time. Jake, welcome back to the show, man. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me back. You know, I have this rule when I guest another person's show. It only has to be a banger of a game. I don't want to play any bad games. I only want to play the cream of the crop. So I'm glad to come back again post Superman and Paperboy to talk about a truly transformative game, really.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know what? There's been the 2 episodes or actually 3 episodes, because we very early on we did Blastcore together too.
Oh, that's right.
The 2 of us. But as far as Paperboy and Superman go, they weren't complete failures. So I wouldn't say that there's, I wouldn't say that was completely.
And you know what? You said cream of the crop, and I'm pretty sure in that commercial, Cheetor had something going on there. I don't know if you saw that when he pulled out a weapon.
Squirting something.
I was like, what was that?
there was a
Locked
crop
into that one.
happening.
It's kind of like I used to watch this toy guy on YouTube, and he would just like review toys. He's like an old man. He would review toys. I was so immersed in everything. I was just immersed in whatever he'd say. He'd like look at the toy, man. And they all the toys from the 80s. He'd be like, "What were they thinking?" It'd be like a flashlight that like drops out from the front of their hips or whatever.
Everything's phallic.
Yes, everything.
There's a guy on TikTok that shows off all the He-Man toys that he's collected as an adult, and like some of them are wild. Like Moss Man is literally a furry action figure. I didn't even know they did that. Like there's some really great 80s toys. Oh yeah, He-Man was peak action figure. Transformers is great too. Don't get me wrong, but He-Man was where it's at for the toys. And then that's why we love the show, right? When I was growing up, I loved, they call it Beasties in Canada for some reason. But I used to like the show. And it was, even if it was a commercial for all the toys, didn't care.
That's right. Yeah, it really was. I think as a kid, I never really, you don't realize that, but then you see the show and then you see the toys and you make the connection or whatever, right? But yeah, so Jake, you watched it growing up. So anyways, we're doing Transformers Beast Wars Transmetals, by the way, just so anyone knows, if it hasn't been clear yet. What a name. I don't understand why it needs to be so complicated. There's a lot of complicated things about this game in different angles. So Jake, you watched the show that was on I wrote down the year, but now I can't remember what year it was out. But mid-90s. It was mid-90s.
Yeah, it was from Main. The reason I liked it is it was from Mainframe Entertainment, which is honestly Canadian animation history. Those are the folks that did Reboot, which is a pioneering CGI show. It was great. They did Beasties or Beast Wars. At least the original show. The game that we're talking about is, I'm going to nerd out for a second. It's Transmetals. That's the Beast Machines cartoon that came out several years later. Not as good, but whatever. But the original Beast Wars show I loved because the writers in that show did all kinds of great stuff. Larry DiTillo was one of the main writers on Beast Wars, and he did He-Man. He set the playbook for She-Ra, setting that up. He did some work with J. Michael Stansky, who ended up doing Babylon 5, and DiTillo did the main story arcs for Babylon 5, and I freaking love that show. So a lot of great writers on Beast Wars. That show had better writing than it had any right to. Yeah. Even though you can tell when they wanted to introduce a new wave of toys at Hasbro, because they would take out certain characters to encourage more toys, and they definitely did it. But I mean, that's the franchise. But it was still a well-written kids show for sure.
Yeah, 96 to 99. So it had a pretty good run. 3 full seasons, 52 episodes. I remember. So I grew up. Jake would know because we sort of grew up in at least in the same region or whatever. But I was north of Toronto, not too far, and I'm still actually not too far from where I grew up, where I live right now. But we were in an area where there was no cable. It was just bunny. There was no infrastructure for cable the entire time I lived at that house. So eventually we got, satellite and like a bootleg DirecTV thing when I was like a teenager or whatever. But at the age that this show would generally be pointed towards you, 10 and under, let's say, or something, right? I only watched shows like this and Reboot. If you want to take those two as examples. So like YTV, if Canadians are listening, YTV, I didn't have at home. So it was going 15 minutes down the road to go see my grandparents. It was going to my cousin's house, my other grandparents' house. They all had it because they all lived in areas with that. So that's what I did when I went. And I enjoyed these shows in short spurts, like once every few weeks or something. And I just soaked them all in. So I've never really watched every single episode of this show or any of these shows that are of that era, unless I went back, which is hard to do for some of them. But unless it was on basic cable on bunny ears until I was about 12 years old, that's all I had at home. It was VHS and it was bunny ears. So it was like this special thing to go and watch Beasties or Beast Wars and note it I never had this concept of everything's on at 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. It was like, let's turn on the TV. What's on is what I'm going to watch. And I'm just going to sit there, and unless we're having dinner, I'm sitting there watching TV, as an 8-year-old watching shows like this. So I really liked it. I wish I could tell you the story or whatever, but I remember really liking it and thinking it was cool. And that's pretty much it. I do want to go back and kind of watch stuff like this and Reboot. But Jiggy, what about you? Any Transformers experience in general, or no? Okay.
Oh wow.
Nope. I had one singular Transformers toy. I'm pretty sure it was a toy Megatron, and then I never watched the show. I think it was just before me. I don't
probably.
know. It was sort of a late 90s thing, right? Or mid 90s thing.
More so mid. I mean, Beast Wars was
90s,
late 90s or mid to late, but Transformers in general is before that. Overall, most of it's before.
I knew the mainstays of Optimus Prime and Megatron, but that's probably the extent of my knowledge pre Michael Bay.
Lucky you.
I grew up with Shia LaBeouf.
Pretend he didn't make any of those movies, please. Thank you. The original 80s. First one's okay. The original 80s cartoon was great because Megatron in that one transformed into a handgun. That was the time, awesome. Right? What is the worst? Everybody's transforming into jets and tanks and space shuttles and big convoy trucks. Megatron turns into a handgun that somebody else has to shoot. I love that because that was the time where in Japan where it was created, the handgun was the scariest thing you could have something turn into. But that's why in Beasties he's a T-Rex. I guess it's a little bit different, maybe a little bit better.
Yeah. We'll go through some of the characters and stuff too, because there's quite. They don't have everyone in this game, of course, and that's totally fine. But a lot of the mainstays, the ones that you would probably think of if you ever even glimpsed at what this show is, they're there.
Me looking at this cast as someone who's not super experienced with Transformers,
Yeah.
I only recognized the two that I mentioned, I think.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to remember the whole cast because I was like, where's Starscream? Where's Bumblebee?
Right.
I was like, those are the ones that I know of. So I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. See, like for me, I think of some of those ones like you just mentioned, but like these characters, at least in this original TV run, especially more than a little bit of this game too, but like, Cheetor is like something I think of, and like the T-Rex version of Megatron, I think of, like that is because of this show, because this is the one that I would go and turn on that TV. Like I said, this is the one that was on when I was 10 years old, not the 80s run, even though I have seen quite a few episodes of that. So,
it helps that the cast was really good too in terms of voice work. Like the guy who voices Megatron, I can't remember his name offhand, is pretty excellent. I know they have Scott Neal doing a bunch of the voices. K, yeah, he's the one who does Megatron's. Yes, like he's awesome voice actor. Scott Neal, who I think is one of the Piccolo voice actors from DBZ back in the day. He's also does a lot of voices on this show. But yeah, it's like a different time period than the original 80s show, so it's a different cast. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It threw me off when I played as Optimus Prime and it wasn't what's his face, the original voice. Like I was like, that's not Optimus Prime. But maybe it is for some people.
Is Gary Chalk does this one, at least in the TV show. I would assume
it was different in the game for sure, because he wasn't
I think it is.
I am Optimus Prime. I was waiting for it, and it was like it never came. I was no.
Well, it's because the ape Optimus is technically a different character than the truck from the old 80s.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's good information.
The name is, I think they try and keep the same name. Like even in the Japanese version, Optimus is called Convoy because he used to be a truck. But in Beast Wars in Japan, he's still called Convoy. So they try and keep some of the names across the board, but totally different character. It's like a time thing.
Yeah, it's a multiverse.
it's again more plot than you would expect from a toy commercial.
It really more than necessary and more than you would expect.
Yeah, something you don't appreciate when you're like 12 years old, but when you're older, you're like, oh, that's pretty rad actually.
At least they did something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, before we get into the game, just wanted to mention that one thing is working with the Console Creatures team pretty consistently when I'm reviewing games and have some codes that are sent to us and stuff like that. I got to play and review Agent 64 Spies Never Die, which is the game that just released as of we're recording this. It's going to be, and when you hear it, it's going to be about a week, maybe a week and a half since it's released, but it's out there on Steam. It's basically a solo developer and then a composer made this game from scratch using I think it's Unity. I think that's what it. Regardless, it took 5 or 6 years to make this game. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it is basically a modern take on a mix of Perfect Dark and GoldenEye 007. Looks very similar, has a very similar style. The camera angles where it zooms in and then you're in first person when the level starts, just like those games. It does that too. Enemies roll on the ground and shoot in very similar patterns, just like they did in those games, especially in GoldenEye. All these like light lens flare things that Perfect Dark really tried to add to the environment and stuff is there. And, using obviously modern hardware and dual stick controls and all those kinds of things, but like feels so good and so of what they were going for when they made this game that I think it's like a huge success. It also has multiplayer and co-op and like has a whole bunch of stuff in it, replayable levels at different difficulties. It's really good. There's some bugs here and there, but I've been on the Discord with the developer, and he's been posting a bunch of things that they've updated over the last just even before release and post-release already. Small bugs or network changes, things to sort of make things optimized and stuff. Either way, if you're at all interested in playing like a modern, semi-modern take, because it does still feel like a retro game, but it definitely has its own modern quirks to it and stuff too. Agent 64, I highly recommend. It's, I think, like $30, $25, something like that. It's not even a huge purchase or whatever, but if you're looking for something like that, I would check it out. They sent us a code. I was lucky enough to be able to play it early with some other reviewers, and I tried a little bit of multiplayer and co-op and stuff too. The network stuff was up and down, but again, it was being worked on, so that's totally fine. But just overall, the gameplay, very much structured like Perfect Dark and GoldenEye is, and awesome stuff. Like really, really fun. So if you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend it. I gave it a huge thumbs up. So just thought I'd mention that. Yeah. So it's really good. And I hope people find it so that there's more people online to play co-op and to play multiplayer and all those types of things. Because they also said too that there's going to be more content coming out for it. So it's not just a one and done kind of thing. It's not just optimizing. It's also more content, more single player stages, more multiplayer content and stuff. So yeah, Agent 64, I say, check it out. And then Paul's just saying in the chat too, shout out to to Dave's Halo video on Console Creatures. He's referring to another series that I'm doing over there where I'm looking back at games from 25 years ago. So right now, obviously, we're sitting in 2001 at that point. Crazy year, first of all, 2001. Yeah. So many unbelievable games. I will not be able to get to them all, but I will do what I can to get some of the big ones. But as of right now, when you're hearing this, I will have Devil May Cry, Halo Combat Evolved, Mario Kart Super Circuit, and I'm pretty sure by now, by the time you hear this on your podcast feed and stuff, I'm pretty sure I should have Max Payne out as well. Those are the first 4 games that I've played. So I look back at some of how the game has been made and then how it feels to play it now, and if it's worth revisiting in its like original form, you know, because sometimes nostalgia plays a trick on you, right? But I will say so far, so good with these 4 games. That's all I'll say. So check out the Console Creatures YouTube page. And I'm done talking. Let's talk about Transformers. Let's talk about Beast Wars. Jake, let's start with you. This is a little bit of an odd one. I don't think the question of did you play this when you were younger at all is really going to be that much of an answer for us, because this was at one point a Blockbuster exclusive just for rental at first. And then you could only, one of the reasons why it's very uncommon and insane price-wise if you look up to want to buy a copy. So I assume that question is no, but maybe I'll be surprised. Any experience with this, and how was it digging into it this time?
No, so like it is interesting. I didn't realize it was a Blockbuster exclusive until doing some research for this episode with you guys. I knew about like Clay Fighter, for example, is one of those, but I didn't realize this was one of them.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. It's interesting that I feel like there's a bunch of them for the N64 that were locked in like this. Great if you're a collector, if you have one of these games from back in the day. But no, I first saw it a couple weeks ago, watching Jeff Gerstmann playing through it for his ranking series he's been doing. And I saw, that's a video game I got to play. So when you mentioned this wasn't done on your guys' show, I'm like, oh, well, when you do that, you let me know, because I want to play some more of it. Is it good? No. But is it interesting? Yes. I think the interesting part of it, which was interesting when I first started it up, was you do transform. It's not just a straight up robot versus robot. You can actually turn into a vehicle and whiz around the screen. You can turn into beast mode and do attacks, and there's mechanical reasons for that, actually, right? When you're in robot form, you're actually draining a meter, and when that meter runs out, you can't block anymore, and you take more. I think you can't attack, or there's kind of a negative to it.
Yeah, so you're pretty much forced to go into one of your other forms. Yeah.
So you have to transform into your animal mode to kind of be able to attack again. But the robot form is the only form that can block, and then the beast form has more stronger attacks. And then there's the vehicle mode, which in the American version of this game feels fairly useless because the arena is so small. But in the Japanese version, the arena is much larger, and it actually makes sense to fly around like a hovercraft T-Rex that Megatron is, because you can actually escape and build up energy. So there's a dynamic between shifting of forms. I thought that was very, very cool. The rest of it, not so much. But the shape shifting was awesome.
Yeah, at least it's available, right? Yeah. Jiggy, what about you?
What was the question? Just how I felt?
I mean, you have none of us played this before.
I had no experience with this whatsoever.
I mean, I think I picked up and played a few rounds like a couple years ago, like a ROM of it or something. And then this is when I actually sat down and played, obviously more of it and stuff. But quick thoughts, and then we'll obviously break down.
Oh, yeah. So let me just start. Let me start with the beginning. Let me just boot up the game, right? I'm all like, all right.
I was born in 19. No, sorry.
Let's get into this fighting game. Let's transform, right? And I go in immediately. I noticed that the game is set to very hard mode.
Yes,
like
what the
right
heck
when
is
I boot
that?
up, and I was like, "What the heck?" So went in, cranked that bad boy down. Went back into the game. I'm just trying to learn the controls. So I'm pressing A and B, right? Which is your transformation. You're changing into a vehicle and then beast. And I think, do they lock to the same transformation? So like regardless of what button you're pressing, it's transforming into the specific like next transformation. It's like a sequence.
Yeah, it's a sequence, yeah.
It's like
if you hit
robot,
the A
vehicle,
button, you
beast.
keep going.
Yeah. But it's like B and A could have been different things, but they decided to make those exactly the same. Like I thought maybe you could go vehicle with one button, beast with another, so you could do a quick swap between that. In my mind, that makes much more sense. But
yeah, there's three transformations. You need to go to the second one before you can get to the third one. That's basically how it works.
Dave, are you doing this long play? Are you playing this right now? Because you should just
no,
back
this
up.
is not me. Heck
no. I mean, are you playing this right now for the stream? You should just back up just a smidge. Because there's something I want to talk about, because this I locked into immediately. It was right after they selected their character.
Oh, okay.
It was like right before that match. It was like not long.
Oh, look, this person's going down to the settings too.
Super hard mode. So you gotta change that right from the get go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Japanese version defaults to normal. It's again, it's the American rental thing, right?
Which is it's probably the rental thing. That's right. I never thought of that's the reason why. Because I don't know what had me go to the options menu. We've talked about this before, Jiggy, where like unless you have the manual, typically you don't really go to options. And nowadays options are about, especially if you're on PC, optimizing if it runs right or doing accessibility options and things like that. And that's not really something you do with games like this because they weren't available, right? But for this, for some reason, I went to the options menu right away and noticed that immediately before I started playing. I don't know why. I don't know what compelled me. Nice. Maybe my mind just knew. Anyways, you said just after they
yeah. So watch, he's gonna select his character. Okay, from the amazing cast.
Optimus
Wait
Primal.
Wait for it. Okay, right here. Not this specifically. Hang on. It's the next screen. And right here. Okay. Yeah. So why would you want to play as anyone else when Optimus Primal and Megatron? Okay, so this shows like character stats. It says strength, intelligence, speed, endurance, rank, courage, whatever that means, firepower, and skill. Every character is like a mix of random numbers, but Optimus Primal and Megatron are both like 10s in everything, or 10 plus in
10
this
plus.
case. Why you would want to play as anyone else when those are your stats? I don't know if these stats actually do anything. Probably not. But important note. And I immediately locked into that. And I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah. Did you pick Optimus right off the bat too?
Or... No, I played as Megatron first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I played as
I always play as the bad guys, sorry.
No, so did I. I played as who was it? Was it Air Razor, maybe? I'm trying to think who it was. I'll have to find it. I'll find it after. Also, just on this note, these like stat lines here: strength, speed, endurance, firepower. Sure, those kind of make sense. First of all, what is rank? No, I couldn't tell you what that would mean. Intelligence, I guess, if you had like some sort of mana pool or something, maybe it has to do with that meter that you were talking about, Jake. I don't know. And skill, is that just like an overall? Like, what does that mean? I don't understand it must be an overall.
Pretty sure it means nothing. I think it's just lore, just like a trading card screen. It doesn't like anything in gameplay that I could see. Rat Trap could still beat Megatron's butt like anybody else. It was pretty interesting. I saw that too. Speedy. I love how there's 10 and 10 plus.
Yeah,
plus. 10's not enough.
It's like Spinal Tap, but ours go up to 11.
Yeah, they don't take it to. They're not allowed to take it to
10
11.
plus. It's like the max, but just ours are a little bit more.
Paul's saying too in the chat, honestly, I'd never heard of this until Dave's post on Blue Sky. So there you go.
Exactly.
This is very much a hidden game. I think honestly, when I first like downloaded this ROM a couple years ago or whatever it was, I thought this was one of those like unreleased games or Japanese only or something like that. Because growing up normally, or even some of the games that we've played through, I've been like, oh yeah, I vaguely know what this is. And sure, looks like a real game. This, honestly, I was like, who would make a Beast Wars game? Like, it never felt like something in the realm of possibility, because it was never really like, it never felt like a massive thing in my sphere of who I grew up with. A couple nerdy friends knew about it and watched it like I did, but like, that's it, right? But that's my perspective as a kid or whatever, right? But I'm gonna play it now that I have it pulled up. I'm gonna play it with the sound on and see if we can listen to it a bit.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
Oh yeah, baby.
Fight.
Let's fight. Riveting.
Ooh. Ooh, look at those swift moves, Optimus.
To those listening, I know this sounds cool, but it looks even cooler.
Okay, so this is, if anyone hasn't picked up on it yet, it's a 1v1 fighting game, although there's a mode where it's team battle, but I think you still just play 1v1.
Still
and
one by one.
Yeah, it just eliminates people. Jake mentioned this before. The arena is super small, and the problem is the game moves a little too fast, and there's too much going on. Honestly, in my opinion, for you to really know what to do and how to do it properly, my experience with this is get to a certain form, usually the beast mode, which I think is the third one, and just cheese it. That's the strategy to win most fights, especially later on when you're fighting Optimus or Megatron or Megatron X or something, the sort of like final boss thing. That's really the only way to do this. And playing as the robot as the default form that you start as, I never stood a chance if I stayed in that form. I just consistently got my ass whooped and didn't understand how to outplay the CPU when I was playing on normal and playing on easy. I was like, these guys are going to kick my butt every time. I need to be in the other forms. So I immediately changed every single time.
When I was playing through it, so you use the C buttons to attack, basically. And and the top, the right, and the down, I think all do something. I don't remember if left does anything. But when you do it, you can press R, which I discovered, because your normal attacks, let's just be honest here, they suck. Right? They suck. No matter what form you're in, there's that one move that you're going to be able to cheese with, as Dave was saying.
Yes.
But like, if you press R, you do this like explosion thing that does, a little bit of damage. And when I discovered that at like the first couple of matches I was playing, it was like, oh, this is my move. I just kept pressing R, not realizing it was like draining my health every attack. I was just like, do.
So what's neat about the robot form is down is block, which I didn't realize till embarrassingly late into testing this game.
Oh, me too.
But then the other three buttons are various projectiles. So the robot form is your projectile form, right? So the right button is a light attack, top button, mid attack, and the third one is a heavy attack. And you can charge any of them to up to 3 levels. But while you're charging, you're staying still. Yeah. And I guess the dynamic is if the opponent who shoots first to knock you out, because when you're charging, you get hit, you go flying backwards.
But
if you can manage to pull off your ultra attack, which is holding the heavy attack down for 3 seconds, and let that go, it's unblockable and does a crap ton of damage.
Does a lot of damage.
That's the meta, is you're trying to like knock the opponent down long enough so you can charge your ultra and hit him with everything. But you're right, it's so much easier. Instead of that nonsense, flip into animal mode, hold down the right button as Megatron, and he just does the repeated stomp AoE attack. And it doesn't matter if the enemy is flying, they're moving around, it's just 360 degrees and knocks them on their butt. So you just hold that button down, and that's how I beat the game, was doing the one cheese attack. Like, I'm watching this video, and he's doing more tactics, more moves and strategy than I ever did.
I feel like that's a waste of time. I did any of this. There's no chance. It's Oh, Dre's here from Fine Time. How's it going, buddy? He says that this frame rate is making me wish I was dead. I actually don't. You know what? It's not great, but I actually don't think that that's really what the issue is with the way that this is happening. Like it's just everything is janky, but not because of the frame rate. I noticed a couple slowdowns, and like it's not the smoothest thing in the world, but like at the end of the day, like it doesn't feel great to play if the only thing, or one of the only things you can do is, like Jake said, you throw strategy out the window and you kind of just find what works for you, and that's it. I didn't know there was a jump button for the longest time. I never thought about pressing the button, like the Z or the Z button. Like, I don't know why it never occurred to me. Not that it does anything, but it was never like I don't know. It was useless anyways.
Were you guys
Can I say
disappointed?
real quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
One of the things I think is really funny is when you get hit or get knocked down, when you stand back up, there's iframes, and it's pulling a 2D trick where your model flashes. Something about that feels off. It feels like, when you're playing a 2D Nintendo game, flashing iframes makes a lot of sense, but in the 3D era, that just feels janky. It doesn't feel right.
I think it's because they realized the cheese of this game, that if you didn't have that, you would definitely have a chance of ever moving if you got hit once. That might be your only saving grace. I don't know. It's my guess.
I have 2 comments. One, were you guys disappointed that you couldn't use the D-pad because it's a fighting game, and immediately I'm like, go into D-pad?
It's immediately what I did, as I went to D-pad and it didn't work.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
The other thing is, as I'm watching this, when I was playing, I didn't really notice it as much. But now that I'm watching this, I can like focus in on the background, and the like background PNGs are like shifting with the ground like differently. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but it's really tripping me.
There's layers to the backgrounds. Yeah, they're very flat, stilted backgrounds, but there's like 2 or 3 layers of them, and that's it.
It's like they're moving with the camera, but then also kind of moving with the ground layer, but they're doing like the wrong thing. So like if the ground moves this way, they don't move with the ground. They like wiggle and move like the opposite direction. It's crazy.
It is a little
budget parallax.
Trippy, yeah, because it's so the game is basically a 2D fighter until you probably get into your other forms, I would say, and then it's you go in like a 3D circle, I guess. Like the arena looks a lot bigger than it actually is. At a certain point, you are kind of hitting invisible walls. At least in like regular 2D fighters, if you're thinking of a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or something, you're at the edge of the screen, and then you just sort of know you're at the edge of the screen. This is actually one of the issues I had with Mortal Kombat. I think, is it 4 or 3? I think it's 4. One of the early releases on the N64 that I played for the show a couple years ago. At this point, it's 3D, but it doesn't really do anything to the game. This one, maybe there's a little bit more to it, because you can, like this guy's doing right here, just literally circle around your enemy. In that Mortal Kombat game, like, it didn't make any sense because you could sidestep and you'd basically never dodge a move. So it really didn't matter like what you were doing, just an excuse to say, hey, we're in 3D. But the problem with this one too is like, it's, you're on this sort of 3D plane, but all you're doing is going in circles or just finding a way for your ship to fire a little laser that might hit your enemy. You're doing that stomp as Optimus to stop that, and then you're like, all right, well, I guess it's back to a 2D fight at this point. Like,
it just creates unnecessary, tedious moments where you're just like, come on, let's just get back to the fight. It's like your little brother pausing the game. It's like, come on.
Well, I think
the thing with
go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
So I was saying, like, what it's trying to do, they really do want you to try to use the various forms in the synergy, right? So use your robot forms because you can block, and you have a homing attack. Because if you use the homing attack against somebody in the beast form, I think it is, or maybe the vehicle form, it'll knock him out of the vehicle form. So there's a rock, paper, scissors they're trying to do with the combat, but it's just negated when you just go into animal form and spam the one attack, right? But there's layers there that they're trying to do, and I do appreciate it. Like, you can sidestep in this. This is a 3D fighter, but it doesn't feel like there's analog movement. It does feel like it should be a D-pad game, but it also feels odd to circle around the enemy when they can just hit with the homing attack and knock you out anyway.
Yeah,
like, it just does not feel overly well designed. They tried to do something interesting with it, with the RPS mechanics, but it just does not work at all.
Because when you think about it, like the way that you're describing it too, and all these different forms, each one has charge ups, each one has 3 or 4 different moves. Like, you add all that to, count all those up, it adds to a lot of different possibilities and sort of rock, paper, scissors, like you said. Yeah. That makes sense, but I think it really is just how it all comes together in this very awkward arena. And the speed of the game is almost too fast, even though everything feels chunky. It's sort of this really weird in-between thing. I was very disappointed, I think, that especially when you're in like robot form, oh, this is just projectiles and that's it. I want a game of Transformers, which I know that there's like adventure games and other 3D games that are similar to this that are like have a campaign and a story mode. I can't remember the names of some of them, but I want to like get the Transformers close to each other and do like those Godzilla games that they've made before and have like a little bit of a punch out. Like, why can't I have like a little bit of a melee block punch, have a little sort of small, T-Rex arm punch, or, hit him with your head, or you're whipping with your tail, or like
anything,
just anything, but nothing. Even though you get close to your opponent, nothing feels dynamic. Nothing feels like it has any heft to it. It's just whip through your opponent, circle around, whip through your opponent, circle around. And I just make this a 2D game and make things like basically everyone is heavy, everyone's a machine. Like, make it feel like despite me not liking most of those movies, make it feel like those movies when they're fighting. At least you notice that they're these massive machines tossing each other around and there's some weight behind stuff. And this doesn't feel that way at all.
Well, it's a fighting game with like zero combo system.
Yes, that's right. That's actually a very
there you go.
Point. Yeah. And that's
if they did like
half
Tekken,
the fun, half the battle. Like
if they did Tekken style combat where the blows felt weightier, I think you're right. Like this you don't feel like a giant 15-foot tall machine. You just feel like, I don't know what this is. Toys? You feel like the toys. The action figures in a sandbox. That's what you feel like. There's no heft to it. But if they followed like a more slow, deliberate combat, I would have been all in on this.
Yeah, I think there's something to that. Like, why does it have to be something that is like, why does it need to be fast paced for it to feel good? I think that's part of what it is, right? Like, that's
Megatron's intelligence is 9, just 1 below Optimus Prime.
One less. Just
one less.
Because he's the bad guy.
Yeah, all the other stats were 10. It's like they had to. That's the one that mattered.
Yeah. Is there any? I'll play some sound and stuff again, but is there any takeaway from the sound of the music? I'll just kind of I mean, that doesn't.
It reminds me of Virtual Lawn, maybe, in terms of sound, but not in a good way. I do like the voice lines. I like how everybody has their own voice lines. Whether it's the original actors or not, I don't know. But I dig that they had the voice lines.
Yeah, at the end,
shouts out beast mode, right? And maximals move out. Like he says,
I'll try to find the end of this round when we get like a little sort of victory speech kind of thing, like everyone does.
Like there's also there's hidden, I'm not gonna say characters, but there's hidden skins or colors for some of the characters that reference other Transformer names. Like there's a Starscream skin in this game, and he has a Starscream voice.
Oh, is there?
So there's so if you hold Z and hit A button on certain characters, you get an alternate skin you can pick from. I think there's
I didn't realize, because I changed colors, but I didn't do
I changed colors too.
Like there's Tarantula, I think is one of the robots, and in the show there was a Black Widow. I think there's some kind of Black Widow character, a female character.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
So she's not in this, but if you hold Z and hit A button Tarantula, you can unlock the 4th color, and it has her name, and it has her voice lines. And I think I read that it was different moves slightly, but I can't tell the moves because they all have the same freaking moveset. But it's the colors of her, but the model's exactly the same. So it's kind of more of a glorified reskin of a recoloring than anything else. So there is that, but they all have unique lines, and I think that's very cool. So the voice lines are pretty awesome in this.
Hey, Jiggy, at least it has some voice lines, unlike some games we've played recently.
Yep, that's true.
There's no Winnie the Pooh, but hey, at least there's this.
Yeah. But then again, that game had cutscenes, so.
Well, the PlayStation one did, not this
one. Scrolling text here. There's some kind of cutscenes.
There's a title card in a way.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right.
Also, this like final boss is basically just the
Megatron X,
the silver model from Smash Brothers, like Metal Mario.
Metal Mario
polygons.
Metal Megatron. He's more metal.
This is a hidden boss, and I think you only get him if you fight as Optimus or as Megatron. I think. But the thing with him is he has twice the life bar. And you can't continue if you lose against him. If you lose against this fight, you have to start all over. I thought that was a choice.
You basically have to beat him 4 times because he has a double health bar for each round. Right. That's what it is. Yeah. And they're super strong. It's all the 10 plus or whatever sort of strength, moves super fast. But again, even this person that we're watching, which typically a lot of the time with these long plays, they'll take clips of stuff where it's like, oh, you were successful. They're just cheesing it because you have to. You just have to. That's just the only way. I mean, it looks kind of cool. Like Optimus is dashing around on a flying, hoverboard, like a la Back to the Future.
Blasting back and forth. I did this technique, by the way.
Yeah.
You just blast back and forth, and if you can land it, it's pretty effective and fast.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you have to do the fast one. I was, what is the character? I got to find the character that I was. It was basically like a big flying dinosaur. Pterosaur, maybe? I can't remember.
I don't think I used him.
Basically the same. I mean, again, like you said, Jake, the moves are all basically the same. So
same idea.
Make a huge difference. Yeah, same idea. Jiggy, is there any saving grace in this game with the models, like the way that things look? Because I know we've talked about sort of in the last few weeks, especially because we looked at A Bug's Life, we looked at Tarzan, like things like that, where like they tried to do things in that, and for the most part, they were successful, I would say, in those games. They mostly look pretty good. Anything in this? Because I don't know. Anything?
I mean, I've never watched the series. I don't know how accurate these models actually are to the actual Transformers, like how simplified they are, their color schemes. Like I don't really have a base for it. I think the models.
I will find you the base then. I will.
Okay, I was like, I think the models look okay, but the stages are absolutely atrocious. Like they're the most simple, basic thing they possibly could have done.
Yeah.
The difficult thing is that this is not based on Beast Wars, the original animated cartoon. This is based on the Beast Machines arc, which had completely different graphical style. Whereas the original show, they're clearly animals. Like Optimus looked like an actual gorilla, but in Beast Machines, they got all its weird cyber upgrade, like the Transmetal thing, and that's why they look so shiny. So in terms of that show compared to this, it's close enough. It's pretty accurate. But even in the show, in that arc of the show, they're ugly as hell. Like I much would have rather seen the original designs of these characters. I didn't like the Transmetal designs at all.
Doesn't look as great. Yeah, here, let's find. I think this is like the intro to the first episode, or like at least the beginning of it.
The reformatting.
It's that really like, early 3D models and stuff, which I actually kind of,
Yeah, like Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron. Oh, Reboot is a perfect example, which was even before this. Like,
it's the Canadian like digital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside the computer. Yeah.
Mythical.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Mainframe is pioneering when it came to 3D animation. Like they did some really great stuff. I've seen like the old Donkey Kong show and Jimmy Neutron. I always felt Mainframe stuff I thought was always better quality.
Oh, they're just all animals at this point.
Yeah, this is the original models. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it says Beast Machines. Oh, this is just as them transforming. Yeah.
Oh, maybe this is the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, it's the very beginning of it. Anyways, that's the style.
Yeah. So give me a fighting game with him as a gorilla. Really?
Like a straight up gorilla. Yeah, let's do
it. Just a straight
That would have been cool.
So, yeah. So it's just I think the character models kind of work for me, at least some of them, because they don't look super messy and stuff like that, because they are kind of blocky in their
they're blocky as is
in their TV form anyway. Yeah, so I think that's why it works. I think if you did something that was around this time that was animated and you tried to make it 3D, I would say like the way Bug's Life looked didn't look as great for multiple reasons, although it was out a few years before this. And then I don't know if you guys ventured at all into any of the other modes. Anyone?
No.
Yes, I went through all of them.
Did you? So did I. Yeah,
did you try the kids mode?
Are you kidding? Kids mode. Yeah, man.
Where they shrink the models by half, like squat. They uppitch the voices of the characters, and then for some reason, when they transform, it slaps a logo to hide their transformation. I don't understand that part at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really awkward. I'll try and find it. I wonder if it's in here. Mini games. Oh, here we go. Mini games.
Waspinator.
Like in the Japanese version, so the Japanese version of this had a battery backup. So a lot of the stuff that we have in the North American version unlocked, in the Japanese version, you had to earn it. So like the secret character skins, the mini games, like extra characters, like all that was unlockables in the Japanese version.
Does it play the same?
So well, first it starts off at an easier difficulty, which makes sense.
Sure.
But the big difference is the arenas they look the same, but you're allowed to go further away from the opponent. So in the North American version, you're kind of constrained to like 4 robot lengths away, but in the Japanese version, it's like 12. So there's actually a reason to go to vehicle mode and be so fast, because you want to actually escape from your opponent and fly around. And that's why there's things like a homing projectile attack you can do, because your opponent could be halfway across the arena. So it plays better in the Japanese version. You just can't understand a darn thing.
Sure.
There's also definitely a more of an anime take on the voices. There's like a very stereotypical anime girl who does all the announcements of the fights when they start up. Rat Trap, who's the rat character in this, does a voiceover in the beginning of the game. Like it's definitely a uniquely Japanese game, but the arena sizes is the major change.
It's
worth playing that.
Transform in the Japanese version? Like, are they like Transformer?
I don't know. I just know they call Optimus Convoy, which is his Japanese name, and that took me back. I had to look that up. It's like, why are they calling him Convoy? He's an ape.
Yeah,
it's because he's a truck.
This is the kids mode. I found the kids mode. I think this should be it.
Yeah, this is funny.
They're all like stubby. I gotta see. Watch the transform thing. It's hilarious.
Okay.
A giant logo.
Ugly.
Transform.
Yeah. The voices being up pitched is great.
The voices, like, they transform. If you're not watching, they transform, and the giant Transformers logo of, whether you're on the good side or the bad side, takes over the character when they transform for some reason, and then they pop out of that giant cartoon version of the logo, and then they're transformed. I don't understand. Like, is there something mature about something transforming? I don't really get that.
It goes back to the start with the Cheetor comment that I made about the commercial. It just goes back to that.
He's a squirter. Yeah.
that's
I think it's because they squat the models down. Maybe the transforming looked odd, because they actually do physically transform in the main modes. Maybe that's what it is.
That's true.
But I mean, to think that they're worried about quality of looking graphics at this point when they're making a mode like this. Okay. Sure.
So I am a little bit in defense of this mode because it plays the same. So that doesn't change. That's not why it's better. I actually think because the models are smaller, the game works a tiny bit better. And I think the models actually look better, in my opinion. I feel like,
really?
Yes, I actually think they look better. I don't know what it is. I mean, this is an emulation that we're looking at, so it looks very smooth and everything, but I actually like the way this looked compared to the other one.
Like, I think of when other fighting games that have kids modes, like Virtual Fighter Kids had a kids game with the chibi bodies and the big heads.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I thought they might do, but no, this is just the existing models flattened.
Yeah, they're shrunk. They're shrunk.
Feels a bit low effort, but
yeah, I liked. It's not in this particular video that I pulled up, but Cheetor actually looks not bad. Like Cheetor just looks a little like huskier almost, and I'm like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. A little bit less of a complicated build, I think, so maybe that's why it worked a little bit better. But and then the other modes like this,
I knew.
It's literally. Yeah, it's high noon. That's what it is. It is press the button faster than the other person.
Blast it.
Blast it.
Blast it. So it's whoever when it says fight, you have to press A or B, whatever it is, faster than your opponent. It gives you a little timer at the top, how quick you did it. And as long as you were a fraction of a second faster than your opponent, you win. That's it. That's all it is.
Okay.
And they just stand there and don't move.
If that's not complicated enough for you, there's a second version of this in the game as well called Sundown, where when it says fire, you have to push down to cock your gun and then you hit a button to shoot it. It's a 2-step process because the one mode's not good enough. They have to give you 2 variations.
Whoa.
Yeah. Pretty mind-boggling. Like I couldn't believe this is even in the game. Like
it's such a waste of space on the cartridge. What are you doing?
They could have given us another character. They could have given us better stages.
They could have given us anything else.
Shooting game.
Anything else.
Yeah. We could have had animated movies.
Oh my God. Just a little something, you know?
Even if it's just like screenshots or something that they put text on, like the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, even the Spider-Man game did it actually, and that worked. You know, look, panels or whatever.
Fine.
Yeah. I'm looking up. I forgot to write this down, but I'm looking up what this game costs if you really want to get a hold of it. It is not great because of it.
While you're looking that up, I wonder if the mini games is because of Smash Brothers. They saw what Smash Brothers has, because the original Smash Brothers had a couple mini games too, right?
Break the targets and the platforms.
Yeah,
so maybe they said we got to compete with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is like so on par with that. Yeah. They're so close, Jake. They're so close. They're right there.
There's a racing mini game, both 1 and 200 meter dash. You know, the high noon thing. 2 variations, a kids mode.
I mean, the 3 was it 3 mini games or 4, Jiggy? That in Tigger's Honey Hunt, those were better.
3. There was 3.
3. Those were better.
There was stick racing.
Yeah.
There was the rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
And then there was, what was Rabbit's like match the button? It was like Simon Says, or like
Simon Says, you just matched,
yeah.
Like those
but
were
it was
better.
really, really slow, and it only maxed out at like 4.
Yeah, but they were still buttons.
Better. But were there voices in Tigger's Honey Hunt? Were there voices?
No, there was
not on the N64. we both thought it was broken.
Yeah, that's right.
We're like, wait, something's wrong with my copy. It's not working.
Oh no. If you want to get this game at all, I don't know why you would. Let's be honest. We're all saying the game's not very good. On average, on price charting, a loose copy of this. Any guesses, guys? Any guesses?
$220.
Oh, not that high. Loose copy, but
$90.
Yeah, $90 for a loose copy. Complete price is where it really gets crazy, in my opinion. Any range that you think this might be?
1,500.
Okay, Jake.
1,000.
Wow, you guys are more than. See, I was blown away. That's more than what it is.
Okay,
$784.
Okay, I mean it's still a lot, but
it's a lot.
Honestly,
a
blockbuster exclusive N64 game complete in box. That's not a bad. It's not a bad price.
I think
Clay Fighters is way more than that.
Clay Fighters is more. Yeah, Clay Fighters is more. If you were to grade this at it says one person has put in a graded price of this on price charting, at least $19,000.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe if you're money laundering.
If you need something to launder that money, just find a copy of this. Just use this. And then the other thing too I wanted to do is, before we move on, because we can, is show the difference of the PlayStation game.
Yay.
That came out at the same time, and
but not as a blockbuster exclusive.
Not as far as I know. Is this a different one?
Interesting. I didn't realize that a PlayStation port.
Yeah.
That's better.
So there's this is the one that came out at the same time.
I'm hoping for at least improved textures. That's my low bar, hoping they improve something.
Yeah, just something, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Early PlayStation was not great either, to be honest. So
holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually.
Yeah, so it actually looks pretty decent. And in my opinion, the way that they have this fight happening makes way more sense. So you're pulled, people aren't seeing this, you're pulled back sort of at almost isometric view, and there's just more space. The game feels a little bit chunkier, like we were talking about. All the characters move a little bit slower in the way that you might expect. There's different forms. There's it honestly would feel like a completely different game, I think. This is what I would have wanted.
Yeah, this is not the same game.
Yeah,
this is completely different.
Look, and they're doing melee combos. Like you see, lock on. Like this looks great. This looks so much.
Wow.
Is this a different developer? It has to be, right? Because this looks nothing like the N64 version at all.
I believe it was. Let me find. I had that written down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find that. But yeah,
and like you said, Jiggy, there's textures actually.
Yeah,
like,
there is.
I knock early PlayStation games, but this actually looks pretty solid in terms of PlayStation game. It's not as high poly, I think, as the models in the N64 version, but the levels actually have obstacles in the middle. Everything is textured, looks nice. I love the cameras. I like the cutscenes for doing special attacks. This actually looks like a proper fighting game. I should have played this one.
What were we thinking?
Yeah.
Wave Edge was the developer for PS1,
Okay.
and Locomotive Corporation was for N64. Yeah, so it's completely different developers. Yeah, so it looks like a much better game, honestly. So, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if we do a PlayStation podcast, we'll be able to play that, but to no avail, friends. No avail. Not this time.
That felt like a thing you'd experience as a kid. You're like, oh, my version sucks, and you see the PlayStation, be like, well, maybe one day I'll have a PlayStation and I can try the better one. It's right. Like
we're
but
sitting
vice
here
versa,
longingly.
it goes both ways.
Yeah. We're longingly looking at it like, oh
man. Only. It's like if you were a big Transformers fan and you had an N64, you'd be so sad.
Yeah. Thank God I'm not. Or like not enough to care as much.
I don't think there's been that many great Transformer video games. It's a property you think there would be a bunch of these, but I think there's one.
It would be right for the picking, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like I think even G.I. Joe was a similar one where like G.I. Joe and Transformers both. You think they would have milked those franchises in gaming, and they really did. And there's a few games obviously, but they're not great.
There's one for, I think it was from GameCube era. I think Transformers Cybertron or something like that.
I think I've heard of that one.
I've heard it's very good, but it's also one, and the reason why I heard about it not too long ago was that it got delisted from a bunch of places. And I think that had to do something with rights and, Ubisoft or Activision or something like that. So like if you owned it, you're fine, but you can't buy it again, I think is what it is. It's Activision. They had the rights. So it's either War of Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron. I think it's one of those two. Apparently it's very good. Familiar. Yeah, apparently it's very good, but it's just not available, unfortunately. So, well, unfortunately, everyone as well, probably not the best game. Let's move on to something else, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, Jiggy, we I want to say it was the 30th anniversary episode of the N64. We were talking a little bit about how a couple people posted what the sales were of the best selling games of the console. Yeah, I think these are worldwide numbers, but I think they actually might have been North American. I'm going to pull up the link so I can double check that. But I know we don't fully remember what those numbers were, which is why I was like, okay, I feel like we can pull this up. Okay, these are North American ranked. That's what these are, these things. So I made a little game. There's two of you here. Let's do a little competition. This is sort of, I tried to make it sort of Family Feud-ish. So there's a point system to it. If it doesn't work, feel free
What
to
is N64?
What is that? That's Jeopardy, god damn it.
I'd like to wager the letter Y.
I'd like to call a friend. I'd like to phone a friend, please.
50-50.
Yeah, 50-50, yeah. Okay, so there's a list around that time. So this is about a couple months ago at this point, where there were sales numbers from the US that had the top 200, not the entire library, but the top 200 selling games on the N64. What I did, because this game that we just played is not fantastic, I picked the bottom of the list.
Oh.
So I'm going to show you. This So this is 25 games in the bottom 25 selling games on. Sorry, the bottom 50. This is all games within the bottom 50 of sales within those bottom 200 sales or whatever within US. You guys need to find out of this list the 10 lowest selling. So if you choose the lowest selling one, you get 10 points. The second lowest, you'll get 9, and so on and so forth. That kind of thing. So you need to find as close as you can to the lowest selling one. Feel free. I'm just going to sort of let it go, but you guys like sort of buzz in and say, I got one. And then you can go, and then I will award the points as we go along. So there are 25 choices here. 10 of these are in. Yeah. Paul, does the winner of the game get a inbox copy of Beast Wars?
Yes.
I will link you the listing of the graded one. How about that? I will send you to that person for $19,000. That's the winner gets the opportunity to talk to that person. So I will leave the open floor. Whoever buzzes in first can take a guess.
I got one.
If you've already guessed it, I will cross it off so the next person doesn't need to obviously.
So are we explain, we're ranking or like we're picking in order, or are we just like trying to find the top the bottom
lowest one?
Your goal is to find the lowest one. When you get one right, I will let you know in what position. So you're going from 200 to 191 essentially, because there's 10 points. That's what you're looking for. And
so any one of those, and you'll tell us the rank of it.
That's right, and we'll go from there. So these are 25 from towards the bottom of this 200 list. US and Canadian sales. You guys buzz in whenever you want, however you want to use your buzz.
He buzzed in already, so we'll let him have that.
Mace the Dark Age is the one I think is going to be lower on the list.
Mace the Dark Ages is not.
Okay, buzz.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna cross it out. Mace the Dark Age. How do I cross it out here? Maybe I'll just.
Well, there's no check.
I just don't feel like going to get it.
Oh, got it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I am going to say Tom and Jerry Fists of Fury Furry.
That's a good one.
Tom and Jerry Fists of Fury is 195. So that is some points for here. Fists of Fury is 195.
Okay. Powerpuff Girls.
Jiggy. Open. Oops. Oh, it does cross out when you do that. Oh, so there we go.
There you go.
I will keep that up then. Powerpuff Girls is 196.
Okay. All right.
196. So we have, let's see. So 196 would be more points because you're looking at the fifth, I believe, right? Am I doing the math right? And then Fist of Fury would be the sixth.
I will buzz in and say South Park Chef's Love Shack.
South Park Chef's Love Shack is not.
Okay.
Buzz, let's say California Speed. I've never heard of that one before.
We're just taking turns.
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
Wait, so let's just go back and forth.
That's Canadian way. Just be polite about it.
Everyone gets a turn.
Yeah, everybody gets a turn.
California Speed is number 200. That is the most points you're going to get. There we go. That's 10.
Dang.
Awesome. Jake gets 10. That's number 200.
All right. Well, then I guess I will buzz and I will say Midway's Greatest Arcade Hits.
Midway's Greatest Arcade Hits.
I hope that's sold okay, because I remember people loving those games on there. But
Midway's Greatest Arcade Hits is actually 157. So that is not.
Oh, that's pretty high up.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not too bad.
Buzz, I'm gonna say Body Harvest.
Body Harvest. I don't believe it is. Let me just double check.
Okay.
No, it is 177.
Wow.
Play Body Harvest, everyone. Play Body Harvest.
I'm gonna say World Cup 98.
World Cup 98, which we played not too long ago, just out of this list at 187. Just out of this list.
Okay.
So right now we have Jake has 15 points because he's got 2 correct. Jiggy has 6 because he guessed one with Tom and Jerry.
Let's I'm gonna say Elmo's Number Journey.
Elmo's Number Journey is 183. It is not.
I knew it.
Oh, just missed.
I am going to say Asteroids Hyper 64.
Asteroids Hyper 64. 197. Boom.
Wow. Okay.
So that is another. Am I doing the math right? That's another 4 points. All right.
I'm gonna. And I wagered.
I wagered. Calling my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna call a friend. Get Jeff Keighley on the line, would you? I'm gonna pick Revolt. I'm picking the games I've never heard of. Revolt.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good point. Revolt.
It's a good game though, from what I heard.
Revolt is
Okay.
191, so that is 1 point there.
Okay.
Revolt. Oh, you heard us? Oh, it's good. Okay.
I thought so. I could be wrong.
1. There we
A bit
go.
more obscure. Let's let's say Space Invaders, even though I had that game and I liked it.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I'm interested. Space Invaders 193. Yay.
Okay.
Just felt like something kids wouldn't get. That's why I'm like, that's why I said South Park. I'm like, that feels like a game that kids wouldn't want.
Yeah.
Well, there was a good South Park game on the N64. I thought, was it the kart one though? That was decent.
Rally, right, or something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pick Army Men Air Combat. That's the one I'll go
Right.
with. I never did play those.
Yeah, and that's the one we've been told by
That's
the guys
the
at
best
3DO
one.
that's
Really?
the best one
Okay.
apparently. Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Army Man Air Combat is not on that.
Okay.
It's not.
I'm gonna say Destruction Derby.
Where did I just? Oh, Destruction Derby is 194.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
People like that PlayStation one.
Yeah. There was is that not the one that also had an arcade as well? I feel like, or am I thinking
Did you
like
just write instead of the points you wrote Destruction?
Yes, I wrote Destruction. So I was talking because I was talking while I did it. What was it again? Jiggy Destruction.
I don't remember. Destruction sounds great.
Okay, I'm gonna go with where is it? Paperboy. I was here for that episode. That game was
you're
awful.
a Paperboy.
Nobody wants to buy Paperboy for the N64.
Apparently, people did. It is not on that list.
Really?
I'm gonna say World
I gotta
Driver
find-
Champion.
I'm gonna find where it was. Oh, Jake just dropped out.
Uh-oh.
He'll be back. Paul, Paperboy. Let me get the points right here. So 194 would be 1, 2, 3, 4 points. No, right? Yes.
I don't know how you count those points. It's like whose line? The points don't matter.
Yeah, the points actually don't really matter all that much, I guess. Yeah. 6. There we go. I think it's your turn anyway, right?
I said World Driver Champion.
World Driver Champion. Where is that on this list here? World Driver Champion. 192. Nice. 192. Where's on? Why am I? There it is. 192. Jiggy is 2 points.
Nice.
See, Jake, what do we got? Okay, see, I see the Beast Wars screen. Oh,
Maybe can you let him back in?
yeah. Same link, Jake. Same link.
Yeah, just leave, come back.
Yeah,
Why'd you get kicked in the middle of the competition?
there he is.
Sorry about that.
There he is.
You did not earn your point, your position in the
Got
feud.
ejected.
Yeah.
I got ejected.
Jiggy got
gosh.
one. He got World Driver Champion, which is 192, worth 2 points. So let's see. Let's just recap here. Jiggy has 6 plus 2. You got 8 and 11, 15, 21. Jake
21.
has 21, 5, 15, and 16. So Jiggy has pulled out in front a little bit here. We have
Nice.
a few
His
left.
turn.
We have just a
His
few
turn.
left.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Jake's
liked Hexen a lot, but I'm going to say it didn't sell very well. So Hexen.
Okay, Hexen is
No.
just outside that. It is
I knew it.
182.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I gotta
going
replay that. I remember playing like on a demo disc of that on PC
Yeah.
quite a bit and really liking it. I don't think I ever actually played the full game.
I'm gonna say Hybrid Heaven.
Hybrid Heaven. No, 176. Yeah. I want to play that too.
Gosh. Okay.
So we're down to I think 3 or 4 more choices, and that's it. So we're getting down to the wire. Jake, you gotta pull out. You gotta pull out in front.
I
here.
know. I'm going to say Magical Tetris. I think, although I played it, it's not terrible, but I don't know if anybody knows about that one. Magical Tetris.
No, it is not on here. It is 189, just outside. Just
Wow,
outside.
okay.
189. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there, and not that I believe it should be in the bottom, but maybe since it's such a late release, Ready to Rumble Boxing 2.
Ready to Rumble Boxing 2 is not.
Okay.
Okay.
Where did I pull that from?
We're getting into the weird territory here.
Yeah.
There's only one game on here that deserves to be in the bottom, and neither one of us has said it because the other one wasn't in the bottom. And isn't Letter Adventure the better one?
It's not your turn,
they're the
sir.
same.
It is not your turn.
It doesn't matter.
I play both my daughter. They're the same game.
It does matter. You get a box copy of Beast Wars. Did you not hear?
Right.
No. I mean, that's got to be whatever.
It's got to be.
When
close,
I say there's only one that deserves to be on this bottom, it's not Buck Bumble. Okay.
I feel like that's the obvious pick, right?
I feel like I was gonna pick. I'm gonna take Buck Bumble because I thought it might be.
Buck Bumble is $1.99.
No way.
Yep, it is way down there. Yeah, which
Why?
is ridiculous.
It's bad.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I played that for 2 straight hours.
That's all of them, right?
It's so good. That's a full 9 points. I believe that gets you guys very close to each other. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 more choices, and I believe we only have 2 that we haven't picked so far, or maybe 1. I'm looking at it. You guys did.
No, there's a few left, right? 2 left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 left.
Wow, Buck Bumble really threw me off, but now I'm gonna throw Shadow Man.
Shadow Man is not.
Buck Bumble
on
threw me
this.
off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's Shadow Man.
And that's I threw that in there because we obviously did an episode last year on it, and we really liked it, but it didn't feel like maybe it didn't quite do it, you know.
Yeah.
It was Rocket League before Rocket League, though. Like, come on.
It was that?
It was Rocket League before Rocket League.
What, Shadow Man was?
No, Buck Bumble.
Oh, Buck Bumble.
Multiplayer.
Shadow Man. It's like, what?
Shadow Man. Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought that's what you meant. All right.
Well, I played this version. I'm going to say StarCraft. I played it. I didn't think it was bad, but I can't imagine people willingly buying StarCraft for the N64.
And that would be the last choice, sir. StarCraft is the one. Wow. StarCraft is the one. Yeah. StarCraft is sitting at 198. So that has another 8 points for you. And
dang, he got all the high ones, dude.
Yeah, that's what
I may have got more, but you got all the high ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Buck
not
Bumble
necessarily the worst on bottom,
it's
just the least sold, right? Yeah.
That's right. Not necessarily the worst. Yeah. I'm very interested to see what StarCraft feels like. I'm sure with a controller at this era, it's probably not great, but I love that game. We're used to love that game. I feel like I just want to try it again. But maybe it feels like crap.
For me, I didn't get a PC till late. So for me, the exposure to things like Quake and Hexen and StarCraft and Command & Conquer were on the N64. So I played a lot of them. I'm not saying they're nowhere near the PC versions, obviously, but they're fine for what they are. And they control okay on the N64.
Well, that's good. I mean, the thing is with something like that is at least the 64 controller has more buttons available. Whereas when they had things like, SimCity and like other sort of management or RTS type games on like the Genesis or SNES or whatever, it just, how do you do that with such limited, with just a D-pad, with maybe the shoulder buttons, which would probably just scroll things or whatever. Like at least you have some other options on this. So that's congratulations, Jake. You get a virtual box copy of Beast Wars.
I'll take that screenshot of Beast Wars all in box and graded.
That's right. Exactly. All right, guys. After I came up with my very crappy version of Family Feud, let's get us out of here and get everybody to bed. Jake, press B to cancel. You guys are on a roll lately with some pretty damn fun episodes. We're going to be hearing this in mid-August, and how things have been going lately for you guys. You guys got anything in the tank that we can tease?
Mid-August, yeah, absolutely. So, press B to cancel. We, much like your show, we stream every Friday, on YouTube and Twitch. There's also, we have our audio episodes the following Monday. And I believe around this comes out, we'll just have done our episode on Quake. Quake recently got an update. How funny is that? A game from 1997.
I was just talking about that. Yeah.
Got a Machine Games that had a really cool DLC. So we'll be talking about that when this one comes out. I've also been doing on the side a ranking of Mario series where I've been playing through all of the Mario platforming games, even the bad ones. And if you think there's no such thing as a bad Mario, let me tell you about the Atari versions of some of these games. They're pretty dark. They're pretty dark. So you can see that over at Press B to Cancel on YouTube, or you can just check out pressbtocancel.com. All of our links are there.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks again for joining us, man. Nice to chat to you
awesome.
again. Jiggy, you've had a couple pretty cool videos lately, and sir, what's anything else in the tank we can tease for?
Oh yeah, I got a Gex video coming out. I'm streaming the DK Land remake that just dropped.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. I made a video talking about just the remake itself and like setting it up basically. And the creator was like, "Can I please like add your video to my description to show people how to configure this controllers and stuff?"
Nice, man.
Like, absolutely. So that was a nice little
cool
add on to the views on that one. And then I've got a video that I'm working on. I'm gonna start. I decided this like today when I was on Twitter. I was scrolling my Twitter feed, which you guys are probably all on Blue Sky at this point, but I still enjoy the drama of Twitter. But I was on Twitter, and shout out to Tyler from My Retro Life. He posted. He's basically like recollecting his NES collection that he had sold off, and he had tons of games. And one of the games he reacquired was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which, if you don't know, developed by Rare, published by LJN, which is the notorious like angry video game nerd, like mortal enemy, LJN, all the like crappy licensed games. Rare did a lot of them. Rare partnered with LJN and did a lot of stuff. So now I'm like, oh, I should make a video on all the Rare LJN.
Yes.
Like Nightmare on Elm Street, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like,
well, I played Nightmare on Elm Street growing up. A buddy of mine had that. I didn't even know that they had anything to do with it.
Oh yeah, Beetlejuice.
Did they do Jaws?
I don't know if they did Jaws. I don't remember.
I heard the Jaws game isn't bad, actually. I heard that game's not bad.
I like Jaws.
I don't think they're all stinkers. I think it's just
it's just clearly licensed stuff.
It's just licensed stuff, and it's just like, let's just throw crap at the wall. There's a reason why they were hesitant about GoldenEye. Glad it worked out.
In hindsight,
no kidding. And Jiggy, congratulations on making it through Bubsy 3D, by the way.
Oh yeah, dude, my thumb hurt after that. I'm not even lying. Like
something.
I was so angry pressing the D-pad.
Oh. Have you suffered through that, Jake?
I've played it a little bit, and that is one of the worst ones I've played. It's pretty up there.
Yeah. I know, Jiggy, in the middle of your stream, I didn't think I was going to be able to come in, and I did for a little bit, and I caught like a couple minutes into when I started watching, you were like, guys, I don't like saying that I hate what people make or I hate games, but I think this one's getting me in that direction. And this is like you like halfway through the game, like you still had like at least another hour to go, at least.
Oh my gosh!
And I was
Did
like, oh my god,
the good ending.
I did not get. I got like one or two of the rockets. I was just at that point. For the first like 2 levels, I was like, oh, maybe I'll get the rockets, and I quickly was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna get to the end. People kept asking me like, are you gonna 100%? Are you gonna 100%? I'm like, no, I'm not. And 5.5 hours later, I'm so glad I did not 100%, because I'm not joking. I played E.T. at a gaming convention on the actual like Atari 2600, right? Terrible game. Like, move the joystick. That's about the only thing that works. You press the button and E.T. just does whatever he wants. Like, it doesn't always work, right? Yeah. This is the second worst game I've ever played. It's terrible. It's like, it's sad because I don't know if I wanted to like it, but I guess I kind of expected like, oh, sometimes people are really harsh on games and they get a bad rep. And maybe this isn't that. No, that's that. Yep.
No, is.
It's as bad as everyone says. It's bad.
Like, even the soundtrack is just audio diarrhea. Like, it's this unrelenting assault in your ears. It is really bad to look at, to listen to, and to play. It's all three. It really is.
That was something that kept coming up on your stream too, where you're like, I have no idea what the music is. I can't hear it. I don't even hear it.
I'll tell you 2 quick things. The things I hated most about it. There's a level where you're like riding these little roller coasters that fly around, okay? And the camera, like, so these roller coasters, you'll ride them. There's no track. There's like a color like road on like the earth, like well below you, like you're floating in the air, that it's loosely following that track, right? But then it wants you to jump from roller coaster to roller coaster.
Right.
But what it does is as you're riding, the roller coaster will be on this side and the camera is like facing this way. And you can't change it. So you're like, what? And then all of a sudden it'll like randomly switch angles like Resident Evil style, like you turn a corner. It's like boom. And then it shows you have to jump. You're like, oh crap. And then you miss. And then you have to start the whole thing over again. That was like main issue number 1. And then main issue, well, not main issues. I shouldn't say main issues. It's just like my most annoying issue, number 1. And then second most annoying issue is on the last boss level, like the last boss level. First off, you have to fight 3 bosses, which is like, what the frick? And second, there's little bunny rabbit things where you have to hit a switch in order. Okay, you have to hit a switch in order to open up this door so you can get to the last 2 bosses. These bunnies are impossibly fast. You cannot outrun them, and they hurt you if they touch you. So you had to go hit these switches. But in the process of going to hit these switches, they chase you down and tackle you and hurt you. And every time you get hurt, you get stunned and like roll forward. And it's like, oh, like it's not get hurt. Oh, you got hurt and you can keep running. It's like you get hurt. You have to watch this little animation and cutscene. It's like, imagine getting a Jiggy and Banjo. This is my correlation. Getting a Jiggy and Banjo, but that animation plays every time you get hurt. That's what we're looking at here.
It's cinema, Jiggy. It's cinema. Okay, it's just creating cinematic. And the problem too with that game is like the hitbox stuff is just horrendous.
It's totally broken.
It's awful.
It's so bad.
Hitboxes are huge for whatever reason, and not for you, just for getting hurt.
Yeah, just like things are shooting at you from across the map, and you don't even know they're there shooting at you, and it just okay. I just took damage
and
now.
then homes in.
Yeah.
Yep.
It homes in.
Yeah. I honestly, I cannot believe he did it. I remember when we talked about it before the stream. I was like, just guess how long this game is if you collected everything. And it's like 20 hours or something. And it's like, are you freaking kidding me? Like the fact that anyone even inputted that online to say they did it is already insane in my mind.
Oh, yeah. I'd be curious about the remake that came with that like Bubsy collection or whatever. Because apparently...
So I've played that.
You played it?
Yeah, I have. I own the I reviewed the collection and I've reviewed 4D as well. I played both.
Yeah.
So on the collection for 3D, the only difference is that you can control the camera with another joystick.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't play the entire game, so I might be thinking of some moments that you are that might still also be kind of annoying still, because the camera still does kind of want to do its own thing. It's not like a free camera like you would in a modern fully 3D, like in a modern 3D platformer would be, but it's an improvement. The issue is the rest of the game is
exactly the same. Yeah.
For my developer, I only played about a third through to maybe halfway through in the new version. It's not like I was like, oh my god, this is what they were going for. No, it's one of the developers popped in. I don't know what it was. It was like some interview he had, and he was talking about, he's like, it's not really a fix for Bubsy 3D. Like people that play Bubsy 3D, they're going to recognize that this is Bubsy 3D. It's not really a fix. And we didn't really know how to fix it. It was just more of an experiment to see if it helped.
Experiment that costs money. We charged for
that's
it.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So for me, I didn't think that collection was great because it gives you the original version of that game, this, and then all the 2D ones, but then like one Atari one Genesis, one SNES, but it's all basically the exact same. And like even the 2D versions of Bubsy are not great in my opinion.
Yeah,
they're trying to do something, like they're trying to do Mario plus Sonic plus something else, and it just, for me, they don't really work. So I didn't have a great time playing the games, although at least they have lots of extra content. So if you're interested in interviews and whatever, they did a good job at that. 4D feels much better, but it's also a very low bar, but it is actually kind of a fun game. Okay. It's not amazing, but like there's no question that it is leagues better than what came before. Yeah. It's not even close. Yeah.
That's good.
The criticism I heard about 4 was that it was too short, but it
is pretty short. Yeah.
It's getting DLC, I think, in a week or two with 15 more stages, which I heard doubles the size of the game.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Free DLC.
I think there's only maybe a dozen stages, and like you can spend some time and collect a bunch of stuff if you want, but it's not all necessary. And it's really just, the sort of collectathon stuff part of it. And the game is good, but it's not like, oh my God, I just want to be in this world for 25 hours. Like it's good and it has cool ideas. I hope the new stages, even because I think it is free, right? The DLC, like the update, which is great. Hopefully that pushes even more sales and stuff, because these guys deserve to make more games and stuff. It feels good.
Yeah, they did Demon Tides, levels, I think, and
they did Demon Tides, which is great, which is even better, I think. And I hope the new stages are a little bit more populated, because they feel very dense. The original ones, a lot of them just don't feel like there's that much going on. It's like, here's the platforming and like 2 enemies, and like here's cool things that you can do traversal wise, which is fun, but after a while it's just the same thing in a different environment. So it's like there's a balance there that they have to reach, and hopefully those new stages add a little bit more. But good game, still pretty good game, I think. Okay, that's it, everyone. Skip Bubsy 3D, skip this Transformers game, and skip whatever these bad Mario games that Jake is playing.
There's a few.
Atari Mario.
Atari Mario, exactly. We got a couple good games coming up. We are working our way, inching closer to Zelda games this fall. So we have Link's Awakening, we have Four Swords, and yes, we have Ocarina of Time finally coming down the pipe. We will let you know exactly when that's coming. We're going to time it, hopefully, for episode 100, which you're inching closer and closer to. So stick around for that, everyone. Have a great week or a couple of weeks. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.